think if you're enough of a loser that you need to pay for a woman's consent, then you kind of deserve whatever's coming to you. I don't care. I don't care.
It just really makes me wonder how many women are out there actually plotting on men. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your man, Brandon Gio, one half of Residual Impact. And yo, remember a couple years ago when Cardi B had a video surface where she said that she allegedly, and I'm using that word loosely, drugged and robbed men back in the days when she was an exotic dancer? Well, supposedly, I've seen this on Twitter, I've seen this on Instagram, but it's floating around that she doesn't regret it and allegedly says that she'll do it again.
Why y'all keep writing Cardi, whatever, Rob, man, whatever? What? I'll do it again. I don't feel bad. Y'all know how I don't feel bad for no. I feel bad for no. I'll do it again.
Now, around the time that she initially said that and her original video went viral, BBC News posted an article titled, "Cardi B explains why she drugged and robbed men." And in this article, they say Cardi B has defended herself after a video resurfaced of her saying she drugged and robbed men who wanted to have intercourse with her while she worked as an exotic dancer before finding fame. And they have her saying, whether or not they were poor choices at the time, I did what I had to do to survive. I never claimed to be perfect or come from a perfect world. So you did what you had to do to survive. Now, I don't see doing a Bill Cosby on somebody is doing what you had to do to survive, because, yo, truth be told, a man definitely could not get away with this, because, I mean, it'll catch up to you in the end. Like, look at what happened with Bill Cosby. And not even him, but look at what happened with Rick Ross. Now, a few years ago on Rocco's hit song, You Don't Even Know, Rick Ross had a line in there where he talked about a certain, let's just say it was something that he ended up putting in somebody's drink. I'm not going to repeat the line, but if you know the song, if you've heard the song, you know the lyric. And when that song came out and when people heard Ross's lyric, so many women were outraged. So much so that Ross had to deal with Reebok, and Reebok instantly pulled his deal. And then, of course, you know, some of his music kind of suffered for a little bit around that time. And that was around the height of the Me Too movement. And here we have somebody like Cardi B admitting to something like this, years later doubling down on something like this.
And y'all think y'all gagging. I talk about my album too. I don't give a do it again.
She hasn't lost any deals over the years. But hey, you know, I guess that's just the world we live in, where, yeah, there are a lot of things that women can say and do, especially to men, and get away with it, whereas we cannot. And I'm not saying that, you know, I want men to be able to get away with certain things. Don't get me wrong. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is that women like this should be handled accordingly, especially by the law. You know what I'm saying? If men are held to that standard, women should be held to that standard too. It's like, yo, right is right, wrong is wrong. The main reason why I'm making this video is because I want to make sure I put out a warning to men. I want to warn men, you fellas that are watching this right now, I want to warn you guys. What's out there? Who's out there? Mike and I, we recorded a podcast episode about this years ago, and I'll go ahead and link it down below in the description if y'all want to check out the full video. But we reported on a few stories in that episode where a few men were set up by women. This stuff can happen. And actually, it still happens to this day. You know what I'm saying? So the main reason why I'm bringing this up is because I want you guys to be careful. Be careful of who it is that you're meeting. Be careful of who it is that you're trying to hire for relations, let's put it that way. I just want you guys to be careful, man, because the world is different. Yo, people are crazy. You never know what's going to happen, especially when you have women like this condoning it.
A couple of years ago when Cardi B told that story about when she was I don't know what I can say on here, but when she was in a different line of work than she is now, and she drugged and robbed some men, And they wanted us to care about that so badly. They wanted us to really, really care about that and hate her for it. And if you have other criticisms of her, that's fair. But with that, I'm sorry, they could never, ever, ever get me to hate her because, for one, I think if you're enough of a loser that you need to pay for a woman's consent to have sex with her, then you kind of deserve whatever's coming to you. Or two, if you're okay with sleeping with someone that's only sleeping with you out of survival or because they need money or they want to advance their career or whatever, and anything other than like enthusiastic, genuine consent because they just want to sleep with you, then you deserve whatever comes to you. I don't care. I don't care. They didn't care about her or the fact that they were purchasing consent. So that's just, it is what it is.
You know, something tells me that she cared enough to remove her video because when I went back to look at her page, she took it down. Bruh. And let's not forget about this clip that went viral from a podcast host who said she didn't care either.
How do you feel about Cardi B?
What about her?
About Cardi B admitting that she
Good for her.
used to...
F***
Wait, no, that she used to drug and rob men?
Good for her.
Good for her?
Good for her. Who gives a f***? They got robbed. They can get that shit back. They had all the money to buy the shit. They can buy it again. We're not even going to start comparing getting drugged and robbed for some fucking watches or some fucking money to getting sexually fucking assaulted. I'm never going to be like, oh, we should be talking about Cardi B when it talks about like all the sexual assault going on. She didn't sexually assault them. People like Trey Songz should be locked up, and Cardi B, good for her. She got some money when she needed it.
We live in a world where women can say stuff like that and not be held accountable. You know, nothing happens to them. And it just really makes me wonder how many women are out there actually plotting on men. And I'm not taking away from any of the men that be out there actually plotting on women. I'm not saying anything about that, ladies. So for those of y'all who are watching this, for those of you fellas who are watching this and have that running through your mind, please get it out of your head because we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about the women who are out to get men, women who are out there to set up the men. Okay. There's plenty of videos out there about, you know, fellas who are out to get ladies and set them up and stuff like that. But this is a different video. All right. So y'all can go find that content elsewhere. You know, thank you for stopping by here. But I'm talking about, you know, women who are setting up the fellas. And I want the guys to be careful out there. And this is definitely for the men who, you know, you might not have found the woman who you want to be with. You might not have found somebody who, you know what I'm saying, you want to date seriously. And you might just be out there one night, you know, looking to pay for a little something, or, you know what I'm saying, you know, have a one night rendezvous with somebody. Just be careful, brothers. Y'all don't know these women from a can of paint. Fellas, be careful. Like, for real, be careful. You know, like I said, stuff like this still happens. It's not like something that, you know, just happened years ago and it's like out of sight, out of mind. No, this stuff still happens to this day.
Take a look at the security video. Police say 3 women invited 2 men into a room for a party at Hotel Elite on Summer Avenue. You see the group walking inside the hotel room. Then 3 armed men come in and police say threatened to kill other men. Seconds later, one of the women starts recording the men getting robbed.
People, they should not, use guns.
iPhones, Apple Watches, and shoes were stolen from both victims.
What can we do to better protect ourselves? I mean, I know one thing for sure. Let's start thinking with this head versus thinking with that head. You know what I'm talking about? But other than that, what can we really do to protect ourselves out here? What can we really do to make sure that we don't fall victim to certain instances like this? Let me know your thoughts below. Thank you guys for watching this video. And if y'all have made it this far and you haven't done so already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Don't forget to click that notification bell so you never miss when we upload a new video for you. And of course, make sure you leave a comment and a thumbs up. That definitely goes a long way. It's completely free to do, and it helps with the algorithm. We thank you guys so much. Till next time, we can't leave without saying where you are today is a residual outcome of the thoughts you had in the past. Till next time, ladies and gentlemen, peace.